Hi there, my name is Roland, and this is a video about GrowSpace, and more importantly about GroTrees, which is a subsidiary of GrowSpace, and we are looking to repopulate Johannesburg with awesome indigenous trees. Currently we've got a problem. We've got a lot of blue gum and black wattle that was planted in the 1900s, early 1900s, to wick water and to provide wood for logging, and obviously the mines. We now need to start clearing these trees because with these trees, there comes a problem. There is no longer enough water in the ground to sustain indigenous plants, and you'll notice that a lot of the plant life around Johannesburg will be browning, especially during the drought periods, like we experienced 2 years back. What we need to do is we need to pull out these big trees, fell them, and use them as firewood in the pizza huts, wherever. The idea would be that we would collect the wood, cut it, and then replant with indigenous trees like the Celtis africana, the Ziziphus macronata, the Kigleria africana, got the names over here, the Heteropoxius natalensis. These are all fast-growing indigenous trees that do really well in this climate. We will need to source those trees, or we'll need to start planting them. We do not have them in bags. We have a few up in Mpumalanga. But the idea, besides that, would be to plant fruit-bearing trees, like the avocado. I would also think that your macadamias would be excellent. And we happen to have 100,000 macadamias that we've planted, ready for either farmers or for a project just like this. The risk that I would foresee perhaps would be that people might steal the trees. I'm not really too sure about whether people would steal those trees, but there is a possibility. I mean, this is Johannesburg. I would say though that the benefits of having a fruit-bearing tree over a normal indigenous tree would be that the fruit sustains the health of and wellness and nutrition of people in the area. Now, as a city, wouldn't it be fantastic to do this, providing fruit-bearing trees for people that are passing by that want to quickly just collect an avocado on their way home, or a couple of avocados and sell them in their community, where they can drive sustainability and, pay for their households' food and living. So the idea would be to cut down all the black wattles, cut down the blue gums, and in their place plant at least 10 trees. If not more, we would aim to do at least 10, maybe 100 trees in a space to try and create like little micro forests within the city. You know that Johannesburg is actually the biggest man-made forest in the world. It's my favorite city in the country. Maybe Cape Town is a close second in January to April. But Johannesburg is definitely my favorite city for the most part. And the reason is because we have the best natural forests that are man-made. So I would like to contribute to that. And I think that we should start cordoning off specific areas. I think that what we'll look at is 4 different teams at least. One in the north, one in the west, one in the east, and one in the south, perhaps one even in the center. That literally goes around with an 8-ton truck with a crane that can collect all the wood that we need. Behind the crane and the truck, we will pull a trailer that carries a little bobcat, and this bobcat would help move and pull trees down in order to prevent the trees falling onto buildings and onto walls. I think that's basically it. If I quickly go down and have a look here, you would like a presentation with the objectives, benefits, and possible risks. I'd say the risk factor would be potentially planting in the wrong space. You could have a shortage of water if you're looking at your fruit-bearing trees. So we'd need to make sure that we've got some sort of sustainable water supply, whether it's an eco-green water supply that we provide and put onto buildings around the city that help out certain trees in maybe parks. And alternatively, we'd plant different trees into drier areas, like the Rus lancea. That would go into a dry area as opposed to, let's say, an avocado, which drinks maybe a little bit more water. That's generally the case though. We'd also need to put down fertilizer on a regular basis, which would create more jobs. We would need to do pruning, which would again create more jobs. And we would then process that waste matter, the pruning, all the branches and the leaves, because we create a biogas, and the dry matter that comes out of our biogas, uh, the biogas generator, the dry stuff goes into composting to make organic fertilizers and also to make other subsidiary products like charcoal. We don't actually burn the charcoal, but that's a different story for a different day. But what I would like to do is touch on the aims. The aim is to clean up the city. It's to provide food for the people. You're not going to get a lot of avocados, maybe 200-300 avocados. The tree will last about 5 to 25, 30 years. So once you put it in and it's driven its roots into the soil and it's happy, that tree will last and it will keep on growing, producing fruit year on year. And you'll have nuts. Your macadamia nuts will be around the city. You'll have your avocados around the city, and that would drive sustainability because, well, our main goal or aim as a business, GroSpace, is to better the world every day forever. So if we can do that by providing fruit trees to the population, we could either cordon those fruit trees off during the harvesting season and have the city collect avocados and macadamias, or we could leave them open for the public to collect. Now, another aim would be to grow or to clean up and stop the water issue that we have here in Johannesburg. It's not major, but the soil water issue is major. There's definitely an issue that people aren't necessarily aware of. We need to get those black wassels out. We need to get the blue gums out as fast as possible. And then we need to make sure that we are replacing the tree's carbon footprint with a tree or a couple of trees and create a little forest in replacement for that tree that we've taken out. Now I'm looking at the objectives. Objective, I want to plant 10,000 trees a day. If I could do that, that would make my day. The objective for me, realistically, as GroTrees, is to take trees up into Central and Northern Africa and to stop the spread of desertification from the Sahara Desert down south. So if I could get that right, starting with Johannesburg, I think we could then move on to other cities and potentially grow this into a global movement in time. Let's start small because baby steps get you places.